Now that my RAV4 is going on 5 years old, some of the things are starting to feel a little dated, especially when it comes to the technology. Most of the upgrades that Toyota has done on these 5th gen RAV4s has been particularly around the infotainment system. They're using a much nicer screen with a higher quality display and also a lot more real estate. Even though I have the adventure trim, with my RAV4 being from the first batch of these new 5th gens, there's still a lot of technology features that have come a long way since 2019. So I picked up this new head unit from Amazon. The company is called RoadAnvi. I'll leave a link in the description for those of you interested. I'll do a quick unboxing, show you everything that's included in the box, and then we'll go into a quick installation and then a first impressions in this video. In the box, you'll get the RoadAnvi X12 stereo unit itself. As you can see here, really nice build. You'll get a CAN bus wiring harness. You'll also get a Wi-Fi antenna, your aux harness, an OEM USB adapter, a USB cord, a SIM card slot adapter, a microphone, another USB cord, and your audio input-output harness. You also get a GPS antenna and a 4G antenna that you can hook up to this unit. You also get a convenient trim tool and then also some zip ties. So I'm going to go ahead and start the disassembly of this factory head unit. It should be overall pretty simple. We're going to use the trim tool to pop off this trim back here, and then you'll see two 10mm bolts on both sides, and that is all that secures the head unit in place. So once we remove all of that, we'll be able to just slide this unit out and unplug everything. As you can see, the trim piece is just held on by a few clips. Now that the trim is out of the way, you should be able to see the two 10mm bolts on each side. You have one on this end, and then you have one on that end right there. So once you have all 4 bolts removed, you should just be able to go ahead and grab the head unit and pull it straight out. Keep in mind there is a couple clips on the back end on either side, so you might feel a little resistance towards the bottom. Just make sure you're pulling towards the bottom, and you can unclip it, and then the head unit should come out. And as you can see, the head unit just comes out as one entire unit, and then you can start unplugging things. I'll go ahead and start unplugging everything, and then I'll check back in once I have it all unplugged, and I can show you how the actual installation of the new head unit goes. So something you guys will see in my wiring harness that you won't see in yours is I have a secondary adapter in here, which is this unit right here. And this was from relocating my rear backup camera so that I could bypass the factory one, since I have a swing out, and the swing out covers the factory location. If you guys are interested in this particular unit, let me know, and I'll leave information in the video description. So as you can see here on the new head unit, I've already gone ahead and started pre-assembling some of the wiring, plugging everything into the back of the head unit. All of the harnesses have unique shapes that can only fit in one of these ports, so it would be very difficult to plug anything in the wrong spot. So just make sure you're paying attention to the number of pins and also the shape of the plug itself, and you shouldn't go wrong. But also you have the instructions that have a full illustration of everything, so overall installation should be super simple. All right, I have everything hooked up now. Let me see if I could kind of walk you through everything that's plugged in and make a little sense of this bird's nest that we got going on right here. Coming out of the head unit, we have the aux harness here. So you'll be using this if you're attaching a front camera, which I will be adding in the very near future. So if you guys want to see that video, go ahead and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you can be notified when that video goes up. The USB 1 adapter connects to the OEM USB adapter, and that plugs into the small gray harness out of the car here. And this is the harness for the USB port down there. Out of the CAN bus here, this is going to be the most complicated one, but overall still pretty simple. Out of this main loom, you'll have 4 main harnesses. As I mentioned earlier, everything is pretty simple to plug in. Everything is pretty shaped uniquely to where you can't mix them up, except for these 2 right here. You'll have a black plug here and also a gray one. They'll both connect to this part of the CAN bus harness, you're going to want to plug in the gray one, not the black one. You will have a small black connector here that'll hook up to this part of the harness. You'll also have this white one down here, which is where your OEM backup camera harness will hook up into. From this CAN bus harness, you'll need to hook up the yellow cam in video cord. I also have the mic hooked up, and I have the GPS unit hooked up. Some of the things I didn't hook up are the SIM adapter, the additional USB adapters, as well as the 4G antenna. So now that everything is hooked up, you can do a little bit of wire management, tuck everything back in, and then bolt down the new head unit. And that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do now. So I'll check back in with everyone once everything is tidied up a little bit. Here's the final product. Definitely very impressed with the design and the screen quality. As you can see, it runs off an Android platform. The interface is pretty intuitive. The CAN bus system is very well integrated. One of the cool features here is when you open the door, as you can see, it lets you know right on the screen, in addition to what you're seeing on your dash. You have wireless CarPlay. I'm not plugged in at all, so that's an awesome feature. One of the cool apps that I wanted to show you guys is a gyro app. Cool thing about this app, especially for the people that are overlanding and off-roading the RAV4, is it has a built-in gyro. Some drawbacks to this system: there's no buttons and there's no dials. So if you're a fan of the tactile buttons, which I am, there is a little bit of adjustment that needs to be done. If you want to adjust your volume and things like that, you're going to be reliant on the buttons on your steering wheel. You can see that works right there. Pressing mode will cycle through the different apps that are currently open. If you guys want a more in-depth review of the product, make sure you let me know in the comments. Hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button. You guys know what to do. Thanks for checking out this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.